There's a person you see often, perhaps in your entourage, perhaps in your thoughts, someone who seems hesitant, silent, present, but at a distance. And you wonder why that look lasts a little longer, why that salam is spoken so cautiously. It's no coincidence. It's not your imagination. Someone is nervous, not because they doubt your importance, but because what they want to offer you isn't a game. It's a sacred bond. And this hesitation, this silence, this cautious distance, it could be a sign that a pious heart is praying for you in secret. What if Allah were writing something for you? Stay until the end, because what you're about to hear could well change the way you look at this person and this moment. 1. The silent beats of destiny. There are beats you don't hear, but the soul feels. There are glances that last a second too long, but speak louder than 1,000 words. And there is sometimes this strange presence in your life, not quite close, not quite far, right there in a subtle space that only destiny can trace. You know who I'm talking about. You thought about it before I even began. This person, whom you pass in the corridors of your daily life, perhaps in a group chat, perhaps in the comments of a post, perhaps even in your thoughts, where only your heart dares to gaze. But he or she says nothing, never anything in excess, always respectful, always measured, always nervous. It's not cowardice, it's not indecision, it's the respectful fear of a heart that wants to do things right. It's the modesty of a soul that knows that halal love doesn't begin with words thrown out in the air, but with deep intentions and restraint. In that silence, there is a storm of invocations. In that gaze, a sea of doubts. In every shared breath, there is perhaps a dua that includes you. Allah is Al-Latif, the one who acts with subtlety, with gentleness, in details that no hasty eye can discern. When He wants to unite two souls, He doesn't shout. He breathes. He makes you shudder. He brings a person into your life, again and again, in different guises, at different times, until your heart can no longer ignore the obvious. And this nervousness, this is perhaps the most sincere proof that a heart has chosen you without even locking you away. A heart that doesn't seek to buy you with promises, but rather prepares itself to welcome you with stability. Remember, in our faith, the heart is not a useless compass. It is the receiver of the most subtle signs. When your heart stirs in a person's presence, when a strange peace fills you at their name, when you notice signs no one else sees, it's not an illusion. It's not just attraction. It may be a soulmate written before you were even created. But this person, they're nervous, because what they want to offer you can't be bought with likes, can't be revealed on a profile, can't be declared lightly. They want to step forward to build, to guide, to honor. And in this waiting, there may be a whole world of spiritual preparation you don't see. He or she looks at you cautiously, as one looks at an amanah, a precious deposit entrusted to you by Allah, and you feel something, but you're not sure, because the human heart, when wounded, becomes blind to sweet things. But this nervousness, this modesty, this hesitation that you perceive, perhaps they are petals that life has left to show you a path. What if this silence was the most beautiful of speeches? What if this hesitation was a sign of sincerity, not fear? What if Allah was gently preparing you to hear a question your soul has long awaited? Stay attentive, for the signs of Allah do not always come in the form of thunder. Sometimes it is a gentle breath, a gentle vibration, a name that returns, a presence that persists, a nervousness which is not trivial. He or she is there, not yet ready to speak, but already praying. And if you knew how long your name has been in their invocations. 2. Istikhara, the secret behind hesitation. Before some hearts meet, they meet in prayer. Before a word is spoken, there is a silent conversation between a believer and their Lord, and this conversation is istikhara. You may have heard this word. Perhaps you've even uttered it without realizing its depth. But for those who want to do things properly, istikhara is not a formality. It is not a religious milestone that one checks off to ease their conscience. It is a submission, a surrender, a moment when one recognizes that one does not know, but that Allah knows. When someone hesitates to approach you, not as a joke, not as a manipulation, but out of genuine nervousness, it may be the result of istikhara. They have prayed, he or she asked, and sometimes Allah doesn't give a clear answer right away. Sometimes He places a restraint in the heart, a vagueness, a pause, not because he or she shouldn't move forward, but because we must still wait. In istikhara, we don't seek a spectacular dream or a sudden miracle. We seek calm or agitation. We wait for fluidity or blockages. And sometimes what we feel is a tension between desire and wisdom, between what we want and what Allah wants for us. The one who thinks of you may not be immobile. He or she may be in that phase where every action is preceded by a supplication. And if he or she is truly pious, then he or she will not rush into anything. Because in our faith, we don't play with hearts. We don't propose a connection without being sure we can sanctify it. Imagine this scene. Somewhere, in a silent room, a person you barely know, or perhaps have never really noticed, is reciting 2 rakat. Eyes lowered, heart beating, and your name floats in the invisible space of their request. They are asking Allah, if this person is good for my faith, my present and future life, make it easy for me. And if it is not good, then keep them away from me and keep my heart away from them. This is not nothing. It is immense. And this nervousness you see in them, this mild unease, this hesitation to approach you, it may not be doubt. It may be the silence that follows deep prayer. It may be the heart waiting for the path to be unblocked. And if you too feel a strange calm when you think of this person, a tranquility that goes beyond a simple, I like this person, if you feel an unexplained peace when they are there, or even when they are far away but you think of them, that too is a sign. Because hearts connected by the light of Allah always end up aligning, even from a distance. And be careful. Just because they haven't said anything yet doesn't mean it's a dead end. Some don't speak right away because they take the commitment seriously. They know that behind a simple question, do you want to speak halal? There are responsibilities, plans, families, prayers. Allah is the best of planners. And sometimes, when we entrust our choice to Him in istikhara, He begins to remove obstacles, not all at once, in stages. He sends signs. It brings clarity to the heart. It calms inner storms. And little by little, nervousness becomes confidence. Hesitation becomes certainty. You must know this. If someone is praying for you, it is an honor, even if they never tell you. For Allah sees what your heart does not yet perceive. And every time your name is spoken in a sincere supplication, something moves in the invisible world. He or she may be walking towards you, not with their feet, but with prayers. And you know what's most powerful about all this? It's that it's not that person who chooses you. It's not even you. It's Allah who is writing to you. So stay awake, because sometimes destiny moves slowly, but it moves in the right direction. 3. When intentions are noble, words become heavy. We live in an era where words have become light. We send a hi like we breathe. We say, I love you, after 3 exchanges. We promise tomorrows in a few stories. And when things get complicated, we disappear behind a scene. But all that is foam. It's not the ocean. Because in that ocean, there are different hearts. Hearts that don't play games, that don't throw out random words, that know that in Islam, speaking to someone with the intention of halal is not flirting. It's a responsibility, an amanah, a weighty intention that we place before Allah before placing it in the heart of another human being. And that's where it becomes difficult, not because of a lack of love, but because of the awareness of weight. You may think that this person who observes you silently, who sometimes sends you subtle signs and then withdraws, doesn't know what they want. But maybe they know very well what they want. And it's precisely because they mean well that they delay their words. When intentions are noble, words become heavy. It's not, "I like you." It's, "I see you as a worship partner. I want to build something pure with you. I want to take you with me on the path to Jannah." And that's heavy, not in the negative sense. Heavy in the sense that it deserves to be said at the right time, with the right energy and the right purity. So they hesitate. They wonder if you're ready. They wonder if it's the right time. They consult. They pray. They look for the blessings in things, because they don't want to say something they can't follow through on. And in this silence, you wonder. You don't understand this discreet back and forth. You sometimes feel their gaze, their energy, their presence, but nothing is said clearly. But what you don't know is that you may already be in their dua plan. You haven't heard the question yet, but your name circulates in their invocations. You haven't received the message yet, but their hearts are constantly thinking about it. And the reason they don't dare yet is because they want to do the right thing. In this age of fast love, inflated egos, and whirlwind relationships, having someone look at you like a mana is a rare blessing. This silence, this restraint, this respect, it is sometimes proof of deep sincerity. And this respect is their way of saying to you, "I want, if I come, it to be clean, it to be clear, it to be blessed." And Allah sees this. When a servant acts with taqwa, when they place their religious conscience at the center, when they restrain their impulses to protect their intention, Allah helps them. They create circumstances. They open paths. They facilitate the steps. Perhaps this video is precisely the sign they have been waiting for, the reminder that will dispel the last hesitation. Perhaps at this very moment, that heart you vaguely sense in silence is praying for the courage to come to you. And perhaps your own calm in the face of this situation is a spiritual response to their invisible nervousness. For Allah connects hearts before they speak. He sends echoes, sensations, intuitions. He makes the voice of a heart perceptible, even in silence. And when two people are sincere, when intentions are directed toward Him, time does not destroy. It prepares, it purifies, it aligns. Perhaps the words have not yet been spoken because they want the first word to be the purest. Let it not be stolen in a moment of weakness, but offered in a moment of tawakkul. So never mock someone who hesitates out of modesty. Do not underestimate someone who doesn't speak right away. Those who speak quickly often want little, but those who take the time to come often want to stay. 4. This isn't coincidence. This is Allah sending you this sign. Stop for a second. Literally. Put down your phone. Look around you. Take a breath. And now listen. Why are you here at this precise moment, listening to these words? Why did this title speak to you? Why does this topic resonate in your chest more strongly than you'd like to admit? This isn't just a coincidence. This isn't a simple algorithm. This is qadar. This is divine timing. You didn't click by chance. You clicked because something inside you recognized something in this message. A slight shudder. A deep echo. Something inside you said, wait, is this for me? And the answer is yes. There are silences that cry out louder than words. There are shifty glances that say, I'm afraid of doing wrong, but I'd so much like to do right. And there's this nervousness you feel around you, or perhaps within you, that doesn't come from a trivial unease. It comes from something greater, more sacred. It's the weight of a celestial writing approaching. When Allah wants to unite two hearts, it's not noisy, it's not spectacular, it's not a movie scene, it's discreet, it's gentle, it's full of signs for those who know how to see. A half-spoken word, a restrained smile, a presence that always returns, even when we avoid it. It's not Hollywood love. This is halal love. The kind that is born in modesty, in restraint, in the fear of overstepping boundaries, and which, precisely for this reason, is blessed. You're not dreaming. If you feel that vibration in your heart, that irregular beating every time that person approaches, or even when they are not there but their memory accompanies you, it is not imagination. It is Allah who places in hearts that which no words could explain. It is He who makes certain souls recognize one another before they have even truly known each other. And it is He who creates the circumstances even when everything seems blocked. Did you think that person was hesitating because they didn't know what to do? Perhaps in reality, they have already decided. But they are waiting. They are patient. They are invoking. They want it to happen in the right setting. And you, do you want signs? Do you want confirmation? Look around you. The timing, the inner peace, the repetition of this idea, your heart reacting. That's what the signs are. When Allah wants to guide you towards something, He doesn't shout at you. He speaks to you through things you notice without understanding why. He shows you the right messages at the right time. He places the right people in your life. And He makes you hear the right words, like these, precisely when your heart is ready to hear them. And this nervousness you feel, whether it comes from you or from the other person, is not ordinary fear. It's respect. Because when you prepare to do things correctly, with the awareness of Allah at your center, everything becomes deeper. Emotions become more real. Decisions become more considered. And every gesture counts. Do you want it to come to you easily, effortlessly? But what is precious must be earned. What is sacred must be prepared. And what you feel now, this warmth in your chest, this tear perhaps welling up, this sensation that someone somewhere is silently thinking of you. Maybe it's Allah opening a door for you. But this door doesn't make a sound when it opens. It opens in your heart. And it says to you, this is not by chance. It is I who send you this sign. You don't need to look any further. You don't need to wait for spectacular miracles. The miracle is already there. It's this connection you feel, this sudden clarity, this awareness. And if you're still wondering if this person is serious, know that sometimes the greatest proof of seriousness is the silence we keep, for fear of spoiling what we want to honor. Marriage in Islam is not simply a physical union. It is a pact of souls before Allah. And sometimes, Allah prepares your heart, at the same time as He prepares theirs. That nervousness you feel in this person, that silent modesty, that emotional withdrawal, don't despise them. It may be proof of deep respect, of pure intention. And perhaps you are someone's fulfilled dua. It's no coincidence that you came across this message today. What you just heard wasn't just a script. It was an answer. Now it's up to you to reflect, pray, and open your heart. And if you think this message can be a sign to someone else, share it. You never know how much a sincere reminder can change a life. Like, comment what you feel, and subscribe if you want more reminders rooted in faith. Allah guides the sincere hearts. And today, perhaps it was your turn.